everybody! A couple weeks ago we shared with you just a brief clip about the calming jars that we use in therapy with the kiddos here at CPC. And we had a lot of great response to that. So today I'm going to show you step by step how we make one of these jars and how we would use them in a therapy session. But first, let's talk a little bit about what trauma and stress does to the body. So when a person experiences trauma, like the kids we see here at CPC, the body reacts automatically. It sends adrenaline through the system, it creates the heart rate increase, it makes your breathing become shallow and rapid, it sends adrenaline all through the body, so you're just tense, and the brain, that thinking part of your brain right up here, goes temporarily offline. So, what we want to do is bring that system back into alignment, and how we do that is by relaxing and calming those body systems. So, today I'm going to teach you a couple of quick breathing exercises that we use to do that, and then show you how those are incorporated with the calming jars. So first of all, belly breathing. It's as simple as it sounds. It's breathing into your belly. But most of us don't do it quite right. We breathe every single day, but we don't usually take that big, deep breath that our body needs to calm that stress response. So, first of all, it's important to take a deep breath in through your nose, like this. But you want to make sure this belly is filling up with air like a balloon. So we're not just going to breathe normally, we're going to breathe all the way down through the diaphragm into the belly, like this. You want to watch that belly expand to know that you're really getting that breath deep down in there. And then you want to hold that for a few seconds and then release through the mouth slowly. Some easy ways to practice this can be with what we call shape breathing. So I've got an example here of square breathing, which is, just like it sounds, breathing around a square. So you would breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and breathe out for 4. All right, now that we've learned a little bit about how to breathe, let's go about making our calming jars. So first of all, I've got an example of one that's already completed, so you can kind of see what it is we're going for. Here's one that was already made in a previous session here. You can see it's got all kinds of sparkles and glitter and sequins in there. The cool thing about these jars is you can really personalize them to whatever you want to put in there. We'll go through that in just a minute. But let's talk about what you're going to need to make these jars. First of all, you'll need a bottle, a clear plastic bottle. It can be a used water bottle. We've found that the VOSS water bottles tend to work really well because of their shape and the lid. And you can even get these at Michael's, Amazon's, craft stores, places like that. But any plain old water bottle will do. So today we're going to take this bottle. Now I have pre-filled it with the water because it's important that the water be warm to near hot in order for the glue to kind of dissolve within the water. So when you're doing this, make sure that you're using warm water when you're filling it and leave some space so that, because the glue and the ingredients are going to take up some of that space once we put them in there. All right, so next we'll open up our lid. And the first step is to add the glue. Now this is a little bit of trial and error as far as how much glue you put in there. And it really depends on how long you want it to take for all those sparkles and things inside to settle. The more glue, the slower the things will move, the longer it will take to settle. So we'll start by using this. It is important to use the clear glue, of course. I'm getting a little on the bottle, but that's okay. All right, so we will start with that much. Put a little bit on here. Shake it up so it goes all throughout the bottle. All right. And now you're going to want to add, most people will want to add some kind of food coloring, any color of your choice. For today, I'm going to choose to use this green because green is a color that signifies calming to me. And you're going to add just 1 drop at a time because sometimes these can become overpowering. All right. All right. I put the lid back on so I can shake that up. And as you can see, that 1 drop has already given us a pretty nice vibrant color in there. So I'm going to stop at 1. If you're using a lighter color like a red or a pink or something, you may want to go for a few more. All right. What else you put in there is going to be your sparkles, your sequins, those other little pieces. So for today, I've selected a variety of little sparkles, some bigger sequins. The smaller ones are going to take the longest to settle. So the longer you want your calming experience to be, the more tiny little sparkles you can put in there. The bigger ones will settle more quickly. You can also, if you choose to add different kinds of beads and things like that. Some people like to add little Lego bricks. It's really up to you to make it personal. Right, but we'll keep it simple for now. So I'm going to start with some of my smaller sparkles so you can get a sense for if we have enough glue in there or not. So you just shake a few into the jar. Since this is my test, I'm gonna shake it up and see how that goes. You can see them start to swirl around in there. All right. That's actually looking pretty good as far as our glue amount goes. We might add just a tad bit more. We want it to take ideally maybe a minute up to 2 for all of the sparkles to settle while the kids are practicing their calming. We'll do just a tad bit more. You can also, if your water is hot enough, use glitter glue, and that'll dissolve in there and give you those real fine sparkles. Okay. I think that'll be good. So now we'll go ahead and add in the rest of our sparkles. We'll add a few more little ones. Again, you can use different colors, so I'm using a blue and a silver. And these are a little bit bigger. These are kind of a teal color. We'll use just a few of those. Okay. All right, and lastly, I'm gonna add some sequins. And this is the fun part where you really get to customize. So now that I've got all those in there, so I'm gonna go ahead and shake them into my bottle and see if I like how it's coming out. Get that bit to settle. And I think, so I discovered that my smaller one, my bigger pieces are settling more quickly than I would like. So I might add a tad more glue and then a few more of the smaller sparkles. There you go, you can see all those ingredients swirling around in there. And as you can see now, some of them are really staying up in the bottle a little longer than they were before because we've made it even thicker inside. If you were doing this and you had easy access to the water, you might want to fill it up a little bit more. That's where we're getting some of the bubbles from that air gap, but you kind of got to guess how much space is going to be taken up. Last step, we do highly recommend that you do hot glue the lids to the bottle once you're done, once you feel like you've got everything exactly how you want it, so that they don't come off accidentally while you're using your calming jar and spill everywhere, because that wouldn't make you feel very calm at all. All right, but we're gonna say we finished this bottle, so now I'm gonna show you how we would actually use it with the kids in therapy. So we've already talked about deep breathing, and so we would meet with the kid and we would teach them these same skills I just taught you about the deep breathing, the belly breathing. And then we're gonna add to it some information about stress and the brain and how that works. And one of the cool things about this is not only does it serve as a timer for them to practice the breathing skill, it also serves as kind of an analogy of what's going on in the brain and the body when we're stressed. So when I shake up this bottle, it's like when my system's getting overwhelmed with stress. The thoughts are racing, everything's swirling around, the adrenaline's pumping. This is kind of an example of what's going on inside. So as we focus on this and focus on our breathing, continue to watch it while we actually feel and experience our body settling down, right along with the glitter settling in our jar. Okay, so we'll do one example, flip it all the way up, get all the sparkles to the top, shake it up real good, and I'll show you how we breathe right along with it. All right, flip our bottle over, and then we'll start. You can notice that I'm trying to concentrate and watch and pay attention to those sparkles in my jar and those little things in my jar as I'm breathing to help me maintain that state of calm. Now it can take several minutes, like I said, for every piece of spark to settle. So I won't sit here and breathe with you for the next 5 minutes until every piece of glitter settles, but hopefully that gives you the idea of how we use the calming jars and how they're made. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the opportunity to share this little glimpse of our program with you and hope you enjoy your calming jar.